Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ebony, also known as High Frequency Seeker, and you already know that this channel wants to help you build knowledge and skills to manifest abundant health, wealth, and happiness into your lives. Thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that like button to get your girl in the algorithm, okay? So today's just the frequency talk chat. I don't know what I'm gonna call these for sure, but yep, it's time to be vulnerable. It's time to be open. and I got some topics for us today that I want to discuss. So the first thing I guess is how I'm feeling. Like, let me tell you guys how I'm feeling. I'm doing okay. Um, I feel okay. So the reason overcomers came up is because like I like to watch a lot of documentaries. Like I know like I don't worship celebrities, but I do like to watch celebrities because they give me the feeling of overcoming. Like, you know, being from wherever you from, wherever you went through to, get where you want to go and live your dreams. Like and watching the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, like it just motivates me. Celebrities give me inspiration, you know what I'm saying, to keep going, to keep overcoming any hurdles. So I feel like that's where that started from. And maybe even because the Virgo moon is coming up as well. You know, Virgo is about work, health, wealth, and happiness. So, but yeah, overcoming. I mean, I really have much to say about overcoming. It's just I like that energy. Like everything is not always at the top. You know, sometimes we have to overcome things, and I hope to be an inspiration one day for people to overcome as well. Because about every other day, y'all, I be wanting to give up this channel, and it's really because I feel like I'm not getting any views. So if I'm not getting any views, who am I helping? Like, am I wasting my time thinking of ideas, putting my energy, out here where I could be putting it somewhere else? Like work life balance keeps coming up right now, as well. But a lot of planets are retrograde. Mercury just um went direct again, so we still kind of in that shadow period. But yeah, transformations, overcoming is my thing. And I just feel like I'm overcoming feelings, emotions, just trying to put the work in, trying to keep going. This girl I watch on YouTube, she's like not a brand ambassador, but she does like, helping people build their brand. And she was just talking about giving up too. Like, you put your money into this, you put your time in this, you put your effort into this. And it's just like, sometimes like I be thinking about giving up, but then at the same time I be like, man, I cannot give up on myself. Like I feel like if I stop, it feels like I'm giving up on myself. And I ain't ready for that. I ain't ready to give up. So I'm just trying to overcome. So that's how I'm feeling at the moment. These past couple days, just like, girl, overcome. Keep going. It's uncomfortable right now, but keep going. Don't sabotage yourself, I can't this YouTube stuff trying to stay relevant. You know what I mean? Trying to stay relevant is so like hard, I feel like. But let's get into the next topic. Speaking of overcoming, I know I'm kind of late to this. Um but the cam interview with Dr. Bryant. I don't remember her first name. I just remember her last name. But the interview with Dr. Bryant, um I thought it was a very interesting interview. But what stuck out to me the most, which was most interesting to me, was how she wanted a hybrid man. That part stuck out the most to me. Because I know people were talking, there was the whole conversation of low functioning, high functioning. low value, high value, like, okay. But she wanted her a hybrid. Like, she didn't want to choose. She didn't want one or the other. She wanted both. She wanted a hybrid man. So I thought that to be the most interesting part. And the reason I thought about that is because I feel like we're people out here giving relationship advice and dating advice. I feel like sometimes it should have like an age limit or something with it. Like at her age, right? I'm not age shaming her or anything, but at her age, the men in her age group would probably have both. But a young woman in their 20s or 30s, they might not have um the pool for a hybrid man might not be that high. You know what I'm saying? They might have to choose one or the other at the moment because for one, we're not raising men to have high emotional intelligence. Men are in our society are raised to have a high value, okay? High let me let me explain. High functioning is emotional intelligence. High value is money. Society raises men to prioritize having high value, okay? They're not so much teaching them to have a high to be high functioning. It's just how it's been, okay? But we're evolving as a people and as women, and women is like, money is just as important to me as having a high emotional intelligence, right? But as we get older, we get stuck in our ways. People ain't trying to learn nothing new. So that might not be in, I'm saying, in her age pool. Um and also I think we live in a world too of, speaking of not just men being raised, but like fuck your feelings generation. Like, forget your feelings. It's all about the money. Like, that's how society is right now at this point, and has been for a very long time. So, sorry, y'all. See, this is the thing. Like, I don't even know if I'd be having the brain capacity to like break stuff down sometimes and make it make sense. Like, I'd be thinking about this stuff, I'd be seeing this stuff, but I want to make sure I break it down to where it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because back to the age thing, like age dating advice, like a man in their 20s and 30s, 9 times out of 10 are not going to have a high, they might not even have a high value because they just getting out of school. They might be just starting their career. Like, everybody ain't raised wealthy. You know what I'm saying? In your 20s and 30s, when you dating out here, a lot of times all you can see is a person's potential because they ain't even made it to the age group to have all this money. But these kids now, I mean, you can get money off the phone, okay? So it is a little bit different. But 20s and 30s, a lot of times you don't even fully know what you want emotionally. You haven't even experienced that much or been able to experiment with what you want, um or how to be emotionally intelligent, right? I mean, women are, it's kind of natural for women to be emotional more than men. Um, but both of them lie in us, okay? Both of those lie in us. Um, and then it also made me think about how like men are not looking at the value in women. Like, a man is not searching for a woman's let me put this up here. I'm not gonna play it, but I wanna, hey y'all. Um a man is not looking for a woman's value. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at other things from her. So they're not looking at her emotional IQ. Oh, not her emotional IQ, but her value. Like, the money to them doesn't matter. What else I wanted to say about this? But yeah, I just find that interesting, and I find it interesting because I mean, not that what she say having a hybrid is unrealistic. I just feel like that's the new generation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to be 40 in a couple years, so but the generation under me, people in their 20s, the men in their 20s, like they are working on becoming more emotionally intelligent because we're teaching it to them. We are preaching it to them. You know, it wasn't preached back then, back in the day. You know, he had emotional intelligence and stuff like that. But another part of the interview that was also interesting to me was how she talked about men compartmentalize um men compartmentalizing and how that was like dangerous and it hurts everyone they try to put in the box. And it made me think about the book that I read, Love and Respect, that I actually really like women want unconditional love, men want unconditional respect, right? And they talk about in there, I actually got a short on it. Um, they actually talk about how men compartmentalize. Women are expressive, men compartmentalize. And the example they gave is like a woman is made up of 3,000 lights. A man is made up of 3,000 lights, right? But a woman's body, if one of her lights goes out, her whole body shuts down. But the man's body board is made of 3,000 lights, and it takes 2,000 of his lights to go out. And he compared that to compartmentalizing, right? So I feel like we have to realize men and women are pretty much made different. You know what I mean? Um, we're made differently, and we should be thinking about that. We should maybe be different about that. Like, and both of these things live in either gender. Like, a woman can compartmentalize, and a man could be expressive. Like, it's not gender specific. Everybody has a right and a left brain, which deals with um like thinking creatively versus thinking logically. Like everything is about balance. Okay, everything is about balance. Um, and that's what we're evolving to. I feel like we haven't been taught that. We just been taught right or wrong. But things are about balance. Everybody has good and bad in them. Everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine in them. It's about the balancing of them. Like I like to use the moon and the sun. Like we can't live without the moon. We can't live without the sun. So we balance them. It's daytime sometimes and it's nighttime sometimes because we need both of them. All right. Um, what else? Oh, yeah, that's pretty much what I had to say about that. But then, um, also in there, Cam had asked her like, "What's a couple you look up to?" And I did feel like, girl, you could have just named anybody. Like he didn't. Of course, you don't want to be just like somebody. Okay, nobody wants to be just like somebody, but there are qualities and traits that you see in other people that you might want into your life. So I don't know why she was making that so hard. I felt like, girl, why are you making that so hard? But in my mind, honey, I was thinking about a lot of different people. Honestly, hold on real quick. That's another reason I can't make videos because I got kids everywhere. Anyway, um, so and I mean, while they were saying, I was like, man, there's so many people I could think of that couples I could think of. Like first, I'm gonna pull up some for y'all. You know the first people I was thinking of when it came to couple goals was Tab and Chance. Okay. No, nobody, I can't be just like them, but they are a good example. You know what I mean? Chance does give me hybrid vibes. All right. They did meet when they were very young though, like high school days. So she's had to grow with him. I mean, I'm sure he was, well, I ain't gonna say sure, but he was maybe high value, when they first met. But how is somebody high value? I mean, maybe he got a little job or whatever, but how high value was he when they met as teenagers? He was probably more emotionally intelligent than most guys, his age. But yeah, he definitely gives me hybrid vibes, especially now since Tab makes, she's worldwide, honey. Okay. Um, and understanding her, and it seems like he handles her emotions well. Yeah, I just like them as a couple. So yeah, I wanted to shout them out. And especially since they're from North Carolina as well. Who else? I thought about come on now. Michelle and Barack Obama. Let's see. Michelle. And I thought about Michelle and Barack. Okay. Um, was Barack technically high value when she met him? I mean, if y'all read the book, he had a whole hole in his car. I mean, even though he was going to be a lawyer, but I don't know how, I can't remember how old they were, but she had her own place. She had a Subaru. Like, she was able to buy and do what she wanted. So, I mean, she was a little bit more high value than he was, but I don't know. Barack gives me hybrid vibes as well. And yeah, I like them as a couple. I like them as a couple. It seems like true love. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't, but it gives it to me. And I appreciate that. Like, I wanted to shout them out. Then, I only thought about them recently. I don't know Mona Scott's husband. Okay. I don't know who he is, honestly. But I recently watched, and I even took a clip of the interview she did with Carlos King. And she was talking about how, I don't think he gave up his career, but he was like, hey, you go be on the road, handle your clients and stuff, and I'll be here to take care of your kids. Not your kids, but take care of the kids. They give hybrid vibes to me. And I ain't saying she make more money than the man. I don't know. But what she did talk about how, like, he was probably the high value man in the beginning, but then she became high value. But I feel like you gotta be a hybrid to deal with that transition. I don't know when they got together or nothing, but like dealing with that transition of your wife possibly making more money than you having to stay home to take care, and he didn't have to, but him taking over the kids' responsibility so she can go out and be on the road with her clients. Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, created Love and Hip Hop and stuff. Like, that gives hybrid vibes to me. um, that give hybrid vibes to me. So shout out to Mona and her husband, okay? And then Candy and Todd. Candy and Todd also came to mind as well. I ain't gonna say Todd necessarily gives me hybrid vibes. Um, but I see him as a hybrid because he's able to handle a woman who makes more money than him, right? She can go home. She can do exactly what Dr. Bryant was talking about. I had a hard day at work, but I can still come home to you and lay with you. And you're can understand, not even understand, but I can just be myself and relax, and you make me happy even if I was having a bad day. You can brighten up my spirits. It's not that I care about the money you make, it's just how you make my spirit feel, how you make me feel while I'm around you. You dissolve all the bad shit that goes on throughout the day, you know so he don't necessarily give me hybrid vibes, but the fact that he can't be with a woman who makes more money than him, and it seems like he loves her to death, you know They've been together 10 years and they still making it on national TV, going through their ups and downs right in front of us. So shout out to Candy and Todd. Okay. Then my last one, because I couldn't think of no more after this, and I was like, I ain't gonna bore them. But my last one is Nene and Greg. Rest in peace, Greg. Rest in peace to Greg. This is another one. He was the breadwinner. He was, they didn't. I don't think they met that young, but he was the breadwinner. Then they get on national TV. Now everybody knows his wife. Now his wife making more money than him. But you know what? He still loved Nene through all their little ups and downs, breakups and divorces and getting back together. He chose to deal with her emotions and, I ain't gonna say handle her accordingly. I feel like that's a little harsh, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's the emotional intelligence that he has for Nene. He learned his wife, and I feel like that just takes time. Rest in peace, Greg. I thought they were such a beautiful couple too. Okay. When Nene got tired of the housewives, honey, she was going home to Greg, her husband. She was going home to Greg, all right, and lay in Greg's arms. And that's beautiful as hell. Like, beautiful as heck. So when Dr. Bryant was like, she ain't had nobody that she thought, she want to look up to. I mean, I get it. But there are a lot of couples out here that, are providing inspiration and hope, especially in my eyes, okay? In my eyes, they are. So, y'all, yeah, that was my little rant and chat that I had, things that I wanted to get off my mind with you guys. There's a reading up now, so definitely check that out. For the week. Then, I got shorts out. Please hit that like button, y'all, so I can get in the algorithm. And leave me a comment below if you enjoyed this chat. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Peace.